भगवान जय वन धाम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम् देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी। आजानुलंबित भुजौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ। All glories to the most munificent incarnation of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Welcome everyone to this transcendental program of studying the Bhagavad Dharma, the ultimate supreme duty of every living being, especially the humankind. We are studying as part of this Param Dharma, Sikshastakam, the eight fundamental essential teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And these eight teachings or slokas of Sikshastakam, they cover the main fundamental points, the stages of bhakti, sadhan bhakti, bhav bhakti, and prem bhakti, and also they very much cover the three fundamental aspects of the subject matter, which is the sambandha gyan, our essential eternal identity of the living entity in relation with the Supreme, because we don't exist in isolation. Our existence is caused by someone. So who has caused our existence since eternity? So that Samandha Gyan, then ultimately, what is the purpose of living? What is the purpose of progressing even? What is the end result? What is our goal? What is our motivation to go anywhere? The ultimate objective, ultimate purpose, or the fulfillment, purpose of fulfillment is to experience the joy of bliss eternal, to identify the real nature of joy or fulfillment, ananda, which remains incessant. First to identify it, and that is called prayojan, and then go for it. That is called abhideya. The process we will become very motivated to follow is the abhideya. So basically, any part of this Bhagavad culture, any aspects or any limbs of this Bhagavad Dharma or Param Dharma, in which we become involved, it's basically abhideya. Abhideya means the means, the process to follow to reach the goal. But without having very fascinating understanding of what we want to achieve or what we can accomplish, unless we have the tremendous attraction, unless we develop tremendous attraction, and also the feasibility of attaining it, not merely having the information of some far out, far reached space or thing. It is achievable, it is doable. Na? So that doability, the feasibility, it's pragmatism, it's practicality, everything counts. And that's why one who is a good sadhaka, he cannot remain casual, he's always motivated. Utsah. But our motivation is to the absolute end, not only on worldly or limited or little agantuk or something has a beginning and an end. No, no, no. We are targeting, we are trying to appreciate our eternal fortune, eternal akhanda. Akhanda means which cannot be uh, khandit. Sometimes the Sanskrit words we we fall short to find immediate meaning in English. So akhanda means which is cannot be broken, cannot be diminished, cannot be taken away. From that point of view, we try to appreciate what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us. It's the most sublime thing made possible to achieve even for the most fallen, most incapacitated living entities of this present age. So the contrast is tremendous. So we should always remember, no matter how fallen, incapacitated, insignificant, small, whatever we are, as we truly are actually, we have the potential. We are endowed with that capacity. We are endowed with that special something. We have the possibility to become the object of Krishna's attraction. We can do something, we can think something. That potential is within us. We can become the object of Krishna's attraction, who is the object of attraction for everyone, including all of us. But unless we become the object of Krishna's attraction, why would Krishna be interested in us so much? Of course, we are part and parcel of Krishna, so naturally he is concerned about our well-being and ultimate good. But our ultimate good will be caused only we do something that will draw Krishna's attention towards us. And that potential is, we all as a human being are endowed with. In other species, it is not possible. That's why we stand out. So we are better off than all others. That's a very good, encouraging thing, that we are better off than all other species. And even in the human species, we are better off than most others, because we are directly connected to the lineage of Mahaprabhu's Kripa, the flow of mercy and his divine teachings. That's where we stand at the present moment. We definitely can acknowledge that we are better off than most others. And still, we cannot claim that we have become better, because better is not the standard on this path. Because this is a path to make us reach the absolute end. We are not propagators of betterment mere. We are targeting the fulfillment of our human potential. We are targeting to become fully blessed. So as a sadhaka, our attitude should be that we don't settle for anything less than the best, when the best is available and feasibly attainable. Right? So with this acute understanding, with this concentrated, that will give us concentrated focus, and with that concentrated focus, we can remain undeviated in our progressive journey unto the absolute end, and we will never allow anything to dissuade us or to distract us, disrupt us from that focus. Because the subject matter which we are discussing in this task, especially now we have come to the stage of a prema bhakti, we are still far away from it. But we must be able to develop such tremendous fascination and just wait very eagerly. Wow, what it would be like to be in that position. The fifth and sixth sloka of Sikshastakam, which describe the, basically the external symptoms of perfection, the sattvic bhava, yugai, this nayanam galadashru dharya. And then last time also we discussed this seventh shloka, which is part of the prema bhakti. Prema bhakti, even above bhav bhakti, when bhav bhakti becomes concentrated, incessant. Concentrated means bhava, as we discussed, means the change of the heart. But when the emotion or absorption or obsession becomes condensed, its effect is incessant. We'll try to address this. So in the Mahaprabhu express the position at the stage of prema. As a sadhaka, he is describing his position, where he said that Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravishaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. So this expression of Mahaprabhu in the mood of Srimati Radharani is expressing the condition of his heart or his inner system. That's why the internal symptoms, what a devotee experiences at the stage of a prema, this is real thing. So, addressing Ramanand Rai and who is Vishaka Saki, and Swarup Damodar Goswami, who is Lalita Saki in Krishna Lila, and Mahaprabhu, naturally, Mahaprabhu's two most intimate associates. And so he is totally absorbed in Gambhira because there is no outsiders, very internal, where Mahaprabhu very much without any distraction, without any worried about what outsiders, or because there is no outsiders. They are the most internal associates of Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu is addressing those Saki, Yugaitam Nimeshena, Govinda Virahedam, in the separation of Krishna, in separation from Govinda. Yugaitam Nimeshena, even one moment seems like a big time, millennium. And in that condition, instead of, okay, is there hope? Everything appears so hopeless that Chakshusha Pravrishaitam, tears begin to shower from my eyes like rain from the clouds. And Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam, further hopelessness. And this entire world seems void to me. So this is stage where we have been discussing Krishna consciousness is the hope against all hopes. And here a junction comes where a devotee feels utterly hopeless. Obsession for Krishna is so tremendous, but there is no hope. It appears like, when? So, only person next to Mahaprabhu is Ramanand Rai, Vishaka Sakhi and Lalita Sakhi. And saying, oh Sakhi, I'm dying out, I'm passing out. This entire world. So if you can do something, only way you can bring life is to somehow manage to bring Krishna, manage to make me see Krishna. Because without Krishna, like a person becomes blinded. You know that when a person becomes blind, nothing appears. Everything appears like nothing. That kind of situation, because everything else becomes non-existent. Everything becomes like such a situation. But because the obsession for Krishna itself is so blissful, although the feeling of separation of Krishna is so excruciating pain giving, but at the same time, obsession for Krishna itself is, so it's like a mixture of poison. If one is administered poison, so painful, what happens? The body dies. So the pain is relieved. But the condition at the stage of love is that one is also administered, or one also experiences the effect or touch of nectar, the most blissful nectar. So it effect of poison which kills, no? It does not let the body die. So one has to continue experiencing the excruciating pain, at the same time relishing the obsession for Krishna. So simultaneously two things. If we notice the Chaitanya Charitamrita aspect of in Chaitanya Charitamrita, how this sloka is elaborated by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. How Mahaprabhu, in separation of Krishna, in the mood of Radharani, that even one moment time appears so long. And when something is painful, the experience is that painful situation or time. If somebody has pain with some disease, in the middle of the night, some pain comes. Now, one has to wait until the morning before the doctor can be reached. Now that night will appear, although it is only few hours, 5, 6, 8 hours, but it appears like ever. So during the time of painful situation, time as it stops, it doesn't move. It appears like a big, that means that the time or our situation, which is filled with all many traumas and so many shortcomings we experience in life, and we wonder when our good time will start. So like unfavorable times or situation, they appear to be last long. That's the situation. In the very blissful, positive, favorable time, like they pass very fast. It's like a vacation, good time. Vacation passes very, finishes very fast. So that is the situation. And see how situation over and above the unfavorable situations, one's own body and inner body system also feeling so much agony, crying and crying and crying, and everything appears uninterest, disinterest, uninterest, everything. It's like there's no purpose to live. There is no hope. So the hopeless situation is becomes very prominent. It's very difficult to pass the time during that period. How to hold on to the life? How will I be able to hold on to life? Mahaprabhu is telling. How? Somehow, very quickly, bring the Lord of my heart. Bring the Lord of my heart and save my life. So that kind of desperation Mahaprabhu is expressing. So there are two concepts in feeling, Kshana Kalpata and Kalpa Kshanata, during the time of separation. Because this Viraha and Milan, these are two aspects of Prem. We are studying Prema Bhakti. It is two categories, two aspects, two Milan and Viraha. The separation which is expressed in this sloka, it intensifies or makes the meeting very amazing and very invigorating and very most pleasing, most blissful. Because how one sustains this pain of separation? Only in the surest anticipation of meeting. Asha bandhata. Although it appears like hopeless situation Mahaprabhu is experiencing, but even hope against all hope, that definite asha bandhata, hope that one will meet Krishna. But how long it will take, that uncertainty is killing, as if, So that's the situation. If there is absolutely no hope, one won't have any reason to live in this body. So during the time of separation from Krishna, the one moment appears as kalpa. Kshana kalpata it is called. And during the time of Milan, when one is with Krishna, in Krishna's embrace or in conversations or exchange, at that time, the whole time like passes as fast like as a moment. It is called kalpa kshanata. Whole kalp, even big time, as long as whatever time with Krishna appears, seems like a small moment. So one is called Kshana Kalpata, one moment appears like a big time, long time, and another in Milan, that is during the separation of Krishna. But during the meeting with Krishna, the whole day or whole night or whole kalpa even, long time, passes so fast, it appears like a kshana. So it's called kalpa kshana, kalpa kshanata. So that is just a concept. So Mahaprabhu, and the example given in Chaitanya Charitamrita is very wonderful. Of course, in separation, not being able to see Krishna face to face, although philosophically Krishna is everywhere, correct? God is omnipresent, but in the stage of love and bhava, one wants to see the object of one's love face to face, not hide and seek. Many times, while playing hide and seek in the same house, a person may hide in his own house. And now, if somebody's hankering to see him, although he's in the same house, he's not able to see because the person is hiding. So this separation and meeting, it is like a hide and seek playing between the divine couple and their associates. So eventually meeting will take place, but in order to intensify the hankering or for meeting, this viraha plays a very, very important role. And because although the devotee always hankers to meet Krishna, see Krishna, serve his lotus feet, but what Krishna rewards? Does Krishna not know that my devotee is hankering to see me and meet me and embrace me or touch me? But Krishna instead gives him separation. So eventually how a devotee finds the resolve is that, oh, okay, I want to see Krishna, I want to serve Krishna, but Krishna wants to make me suffer like this. Okay, I will take this also as his kripa, as his mercy. That is the resolve a devotee has. And because he has that resolve, is not blaming Krishna or not imposing upon Krishna. Krishna, don't you know I love you 24/7 and I'm just hanging for you and you don't care for me? Is this fair? So in the true love exchange, the duty of the lover is only to just love and offer oneself unconditionally and not impose anything in expectation from the beloved. That is the standard of purest love. So we see in the behavior of Mahaprabhu or Radharani that they are not interfering with whatever Krishna wants to do. Is Krishna not concerned about the well-being or the need of the devotee? Of course he is, but he wants to glorify how glorious is a loving devotee, that and how much ready, to what extent one is ready to sacrifice everything for Krishna's sake. So in order to establish the glorious position of his devotee, Krishna makes the devotee go through this pangs of separation. And so, and he experiences during the time of separation such a tremendous obsession of Krishna that the whole world. So another, this paradoxical on one aspect, when Mahaprabhu says, Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam, everything outside or to the senses, everything appears as non-existent. But inside, the whole existence becomes Krishna. During the time of meeting, one embraces one Krishna, correct? But during this separation, in the obsession for Krishna, the whole world appears as Krishna. So this is the point we should be able to appreciate. Because during the time of separation, there is no other distraction. The whole world becomes Krishnamaya. Of course, without Krishna, the whole world, shunyaitam, non-existent or useless. Because one who is obsessed only for Krishna, so other than Krishna, everything else is as if non-existent. But because of obsession for Krishna, everything becomes Krishna. So both are two aspects of expressing the feeling during separation. Two aspects. Either the whole world other than Krishna appears shunya, zero, or Krishna becomes the whole world. Not just meeting one Krishna, the whole world becomes Krishnamay, Krishnized. That is the symptom of Mahabhagavat. For him, because of his obsession and love for Krishna, anywhere he opens his eyes, everything he feels the strong indication of Krishna's presence. So that is the thing we will appreciate. In Chaitanya Chaitamrita, it says, Govinda Virahe Shunya Haila Tribhuvan Tushanale Pode Jena Na Jaye Jivan. Mahaprabhu is expressing this. Tushanale Pode. Grass, the dry grass which has some heat, slow burning. There's some grass which burns very slowly. So on the top, it doesn't seem that there's any fire or any flames of fire or anything. But somebody falls in the tushanala. Then what happens? It burns inside very heavily. So this pain of separation, it burns like tushanala podejana. One may, when the flame of fire is very high or very heat, one can, if others see, then we can say, oh, I got somebody burned or the fire. But what about the fire which burns inside so heavily like a tushanal? Tushanal literally means, tusha means the grass. And when it is burning from inside, it doesn't have the flames outside or any heat coming out so much. But if somebody falls into it, it will burn. So in the same way, this fire of pain of separation, it burns inside the heart. It doesn't look outside. What kind of such a burning, intolerable sensation Mahaprabhu is feeling. So the body, it feels like the body and mind, they have become burned. Then how can one survive? That's why it is compared to Tushanal. It's a slow burning. It just continues burning. But because it burns inside only, and it feels like everything is devastated, But the life does not leave. Yeah, if one loses the life, then what happens? One will be freed from this agony, these pangs of separation, pain, such intolerable pain. But it is separation from Krishna. Such a concentrated bhava, obsession for Krishna. It is so nectarine that one survives even that pain of separation. The stage of prem for a sadhaka and the stage of the evolution of the stage of prema. Basically, different stages of prema. As a sadhaka, the rati. Rati means prema. But this Rati or Preeti, Preeti means love. Some just, specific words, because for a sadhaka, as one becomes purified and after reaching the stage of bhava. So bhava means rati, is the initial stage of prema. Priti means love or tremendous attraction for Krishna. So this priti, the sentiments, the love, attraction, it priti grows from rati, means from bhava to mahabhava. That point we will discuss in today's to appreciate what it would be like to be in that position. Because unless our motivation or fascination is for the ultimate possibility, how can we remain motivated from this stage? And that's why today we will study this development of priti. Priti literal means love. It's like falling in love with someone, correct? प्रीति हो गई किसी से in Hindi. किसी में मन अटक गया, मतलब we became stuck with someone. That is priti. And this getting stuck with someone becomes so intense and so evolved, it evolves up to Mahabhava. Radha Dashyam, which we are targeting, that is Mahabhava stage. And that's why it would be very wonderful to have some understanding of some gradual development of these different levels. So as we know that sentiments towards Krishna, especially because our sentiments for the divine couple, especially towards Radharani, is only the Madhur Rasa, because Madhur Rasa means conjugal affairs between the divine couple. Or even Krishna, but our focus is Radha Krishna. Because our observe, our or our focus, contemplation is never of Krishna independent of Srimati Radharani. That aspect we must always. But in between, before that, because Krishna has unlimited associates and they are unlimited, innumerable sadhakas who approach or who find their priti. Priti means getting stuck with Krishna at different stages or different mellows. So Krishna Rati, if somebody comes to a stage of bhava, Rati means bhava, sentiments. It's like we cannot. It's like we cannot get away from it. That kind of involvement with Krishna, getting stuck. So this Krishna Rati is called Sthai Bhava. Sthai means when the Bhava or our sentiments becomes fixed. Sthai means steady, becomes steady. Because the identity of bhakti, bhakti का जो स्वरूप है, it is bhava. So bhava and rati, synonymous. Bhava means sentiment, loving sentiment. Same thing is rati. Rati means loving sentiment. Now this loving sentiment, as it increases step by step, that's what we are going to study. And how it happens. So, and the rati, or the bhav, which we discussed in the sloka number 5 and 6, mainly in the 6th sloka, we had bhav stage, the ashta sattvic vikar, external symptoms of bhakti were manifest, shivering, nayanam galadashtu dharya, profusely tear coming out of the eyes, vadanam gadagad, trembling, pores, hairs standing on the pores, on the body like this. All these symptoms manifest only when one becomes stuck with the heart. One is given one's heart to someone, correct? Then that feeling comes. So basically, when bhakti, as we have been discussing, when bhakti reaches the stage of bhava, it is called rati. So rati and bhava synonymous. And sthai bhava. So there are 5 sthai bhavas, like 5 sentiments toward Krishna. Shanta rasi means only tremendous appreciation of Krishna. Dasya, dasya rati, in the the desire to be able to serve Krishna. Sakhya rasi, to have such confidence in Krishna, to become very close to Krishna. Sakhya, in friendship. Then in parental affinity for Krishna, Vatsalya rati, and Madhur rasi in conjugal. So whichever emotion becomes, sthai bhava means steady bhava. So we can say that when we reach the stage of bhava, we will be also having one of the ruling sentiment towards Krishna, ruling emotion of our heart in one of the 5 relationships with Krishna, either as in appreciation. Yes, Krishna is very wonderful, very beautiful, very sweet, like this. But nothing to do anything other than that. But those, and so now this is sthai bhava, when they become further enhanced, the concepts are what are the cause of bhakti? So vibhava, anubhava, and vyabhichari bhava, sattvic bhava. So this thing, how we will appreciate. Basically, Krishna Rati or Krishna Bhava, which is called Sthai Bhava, and it has 5 categories. Now, how they develop with the help of Vibhava, Anubhava, Sattvic Bhava, Vyabhichari. What is this? What is the meaning of Vibhava? Vibhava means the cause of bhakti, the things which cause bhakti. So, who is the cause of bhakti for a devotee? Krishna. Krishna is the cause of bhakti. And everything which is related to Krishna. Now, because the loving reciprocation is mutual, so Krishna being the object of love, object of bhakti, and so they are Vishay. So this Vibhava means who are the cause of bhakti. So Krishna is the Vishay Alamban and Ashray Alamban. Devotees are the object. Krishna is the object of love, and devotees are the lover. And also, which other things? Uddipana, which act as a catalyst. So when a devotee hears the flute of Krishna, or Krishna sees the the peacock feather, or anything which causes the euphoria or the fervor of bhakti increase or manifest. So Krishna's devotees, and the things related to Krishna, even Vrindavan, remembrance of Vrindavan. So that is also in Vibhava. There are 13, 14 uddipans which cause bhakti. So not only Krishna causes bhakti, the main primary being the uh, Vishay, subject of bhakti, object of bhakti, and ashray of bhakti is the devotees, and the things which remind one of Krishna and Krishna, or which causes. So the cause of devotion is called vibhava, and then the effect of devotion is anubhava. Anubhava means one who follows. When Krishna's devotees, or the things related to Krishna, when they cause this fervor or the emotion manifest in the heart of a devotee, then what happens? One expresses joy, or so many vikaras, so many transformations which take place. So, anubhava means the effect of bhakti. Cause of bhakti is called vibhava, effect of bhakti is. And then in vibhava, anubhava, or the effect of bhakti, there are different categories. Ashta sattvic vikara. And then in udbhaswara, and then vyabhichar. So we will not go anymore in the technicality, just simple factor that there are things which are the cause of bhakti. So in cause of bhakti, Krishna is the Vishaya Alamban. Alamban means Adhar, foundation, or base. Devotees are the ashra, shelter of bhakti, and the things related to Krishna, like Krishna's flute sound, peacock feather, even the Dham Vrindavan, anything which infuses, which triggers devotional fervor, sentiment, or bhava. So that is the thing. So as this bhava bhakti, it increases, and at the stage of prema, what happens? So there is a definition of prema in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Rupa Goswami has established the definition of prema. You know what he says, that samyak means completely. Samyak masrinita swanto mamatva अतिशय अंकित भावस एव सांद्रात्मा बुधै प्रेमा निगतते. The learned persons call that stage is prema, which is that when bhava bhakti samyak masrinita swanto. Samyak means completely, masrinita means melting, swanto means mind, when the heart or mind becomes completely melted. Due to what? So when bhav bhakti becomes condensed and concentrated, which causes the melting of the heart much more thoroughly than in its beginning stage. Melting of the heart is the internal symptom of bhav bhakti, correct? Changing of the heart. External symptoms may manifest, but if it's one's heart is not changed to leave behind unwanted things, and really means hanker for the real thing, then it is not a real manifestation of pure bhakti. So when bhav bhakti becomes condensed and concentrated, which causes the melting of the heart much more thoroughly than in its beginning stage, thus making it completely soft. And which produces supreme exaltation of transcendental bliss, one experiences it, and which gives rise to a very deep sense of mamatva. Mamatva atishay ankita hai. Rise to a very deep sense of possessiveness. Krishna is mine in relation with Krishna. Krishna is mine. Who else is mine? Krishna is wholesomely mine. What else one needs other than Krishna? The sense of, very deep sense of possessiveness, mamata, in relation to Krishna, that is called prema. So prema is only the ultimate or full evolvement or evolution of a bhava, or the initial sentiment, which is called rati. So this is the basic understanding, or philosophically we can understand or appreciate the definition of prema. It's like a fully mature bhava bhakti. So bhava bhakti, our first target is bhava bhakti. Ultimate target is prem bhakti. But even bhava bhakti is so rarely achieved. Bhakti Sami Sindhu Rupa Goswami described bhakti is 6 symptoms of bhakti. First two symptoms of bhakti in the sadhana stage, 2 symptoms of bhakti in the bhava stage, and 2 symptoms of bhakti in the prema stage. So as a sadhaka, we have experienced 2 stages of bhakti, correct? Kleshagni and Shubhada. Kleshagni means one feels the relief from so many anxieties and so many inauspiciousness, so much garbage we have experienced in our, So Kleshagni, when one joins the path, this path of pure devotional service, one feels that relief from all this negativities and anarthas and horrible, horrible atmosphere all around us. One wants a relief and one feels the relief. So Kleshagni, the Shubhada, then one starts seeing everything auspicious. One becomes very hopeful, and the soul's lost connection with the Supreme, most loving Lord becomes re-established. So then all the auspiciousness, all the positive signs. So these are the 2 symptoms of the bhava in the sadhan bhakti stage. The middle stage, bhava bhakti, we are very eager to reach that stage. That is called Jatarati stage. So sadhan bhakti stage is called Ajatarati, where the rati, or the real loving sentiment for the Lord, has not manifest in our heart as yet. But even in that stage, we can experience the first 2 symptoms of bhakti. All the auspiciousness and relief from all the miseries and all the things, disturbing things. We find that, oh, we have come to a safe zone. We have what a panacea to all diseases, So like that relief, feeling of auspiciousness. And the 2 symptoms at the bhava stage, whether we are approaching or we are really very serious, or how much we are progressing, we should be able to appreciate 2 symptoms of bhava. What are those? Sudurlabha. Hari Bhakti Sudurlabha. Bhakti. Bhakti means, in Swarup it is called Bhava Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti is not called Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti is just a purificatory process, just to decondition ourselves. Time pass Bhakti, imitation Bhakti. We see because others do and we are asked to do. It is not spontaneous, because nature of Bhakti is spontaneous. So Bhava Bhakti, at the stage of Bhava Bhakti, it becomes spontaneous. Without we don't have to do effort to remember Krishna so lovingly and devotionally. But that stage is Jatarati, where the loving sentiments, spontaneous attraction for Krishna is sprouted, manifest in our heart. That stage is very rarely achieved. Hari Bhakti Sudurlabha, so one should not miscalculate one's progress and try to very hastily try to self-appraise as having attained the stage of Bhava Bhakti. Most of us are still bereft of it. And sadhaka, even the paradox is that even one has reached the higher stage, one feels low, one feels bereft of it. We can see that Mahaprabhu is hankering when that situation will happen in me. Nayanam galadastu dharya, Nayanam galadastu dharya, vadanam gadagada ruddhaya gira, pulakai nichitam vapu kada tav nam grahani bhavishyati. The hankering, the stage of genuine hankering of the heart to have that intense feeling for Krishna. That means that feeling has manifest in one's heart. Who without the manifestation of genuine sentiment, loving sentiment for Krishna would cry like Mahaprabhu cried. He's hankering, he's crying. When will this happen to me? Actually, it has happened, na? Nayanam galadashru dharaya vadanam gadagad ruddhaya gira. Already this has happened in Mahaprabhu, and still he's thinking that he's bereft of it. So there's a lot of paradox on this path of pure devotional service. What actually a genuine devotee will never put oneself even in the first class position. He's first class devotee. One will because the moment the sense of accomplishment comes, the sense of qualifiedness comes, we stop progressing. That's the one danger in this on this path. So others may appraise us, others may glorify us as very advanced and very spontaneous and how advanced all these things. In spite of the whole atmosphere around us, glorifying us as very advanced and very pure and Raganuga Bhakta and everything, we cannot afford as sadhakas. Even if we have reached the stage of Bhava Bhakti, the very symptom of having attained the stage of Bhava Bhakti will cause us to hanker for which we have yet to attain. Or hanker for something that moved at least. Who would hanker? Hankering is not an easy thing. Hankering, we should have hankering is not some kind of information, yeah, only by hankering. But what will cause the hankering? That is the important thing. Has something caused hankering in us for Krishna or for Srimati Radharani? So hankering itself is a bhava bhakti, rati. Without becoming blessed with that bhava or rati, one is not able to actually hanker. Our reading this Sikshastakam prayer, reading the hankering expressed by Mahaprabhu, that has not become my hankering as yet. So we should be very much careful. Oftentimes, the modern education, it labels us as qualified. You know, we go through certain system, take some courses and different things, and we become certified qualified, and everybody calls us qualified, and we can prove on paper that yes, an interview and exams and everything, we become certified qualified. And if the whole everybody around us considers qualified, It's a natural attraction to think of oneself as qualified, isn't so? But our journey on this path of pure devotional service, that is the one thing we cannot afford to claim that we have become qualified. That way we will remain ever progressive, and our this hankering and our sense of feeling utterly unqualified, in spite of having become qualified in the eyes, in the estimation of others, even in the estimation of Krishna and Radharani. They love our hankering for them. So in hankering, a devotee expresses his humility, his dainya, his incapacitatedness. He's only hankering for the ultimate mercy. So unlike the qualification which we experience in the material world, in the material platform, the sense of becoming qualified is not for the sadhaka. It is the prerogative of others, and Krishna, if they want to think of us as qualified or not. But it cannot be our hankering or our claiming, not hankering. There's a difference between claiming and hankering. One who claims cannot hanker. See the paradox? That's why we have to free ourselves from beginning to all the way, no matter how high, how far we go. We will not be able to afford to claim anything, any advancement or anything. But this, when hankering manifests in our heart due to this rati, and hankering becomes intensified more and more and more and more. That intensified or evolved hankering takes us to the stage of prema. So bhava is the initial stage of prema, and prem is the mature stage of so it is said that this is how we in concept philosophically we should be able to appreciate it, but nothing else we are able to remember the details, but this philosophical conclusion of what we are studying today, that it is only the evolved stage of bhav bhakti that is fully matured owing to the upsurge of a very powerful sense of that possessiveness to Krishna, should be understood to be prema. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is described that Lord Krishna is the Vishaya or the object of prem for the devotees. So this philosophical understanding of this thing, and how should be our approach, our conscious approach should not cause us to think that we have become qualified, or sense of accomplishment. That will stop our progress altogether. So with that understanding in mind, we appreciate how this that Krishna being the object of prema for us, for the devotees. The devotees are the ashraya, or the shelter, receptacle of prema for Krishna. Krishna is the object of love, and we are the receptacle. Ashraya means one who hankers for love. So, in the mutual exchange of love between Krishna and his devotees, these 5 kinds of relationships are possible, depending on how far one goes in one's appreciation. Shanta, Dashya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. So these 5 primary relationships are known as Mukhya Rati, main, primary, in which one of the five sentiments. In each of these, there is a particular ruling emotion known as the sthai bhava. Sthai means one becomes settled there, either in shanta rasa, or in dasya rasa, in servitude, in friendship, in parental affinity, or in a conjugal affinity. So our emotion, the ruling emotion, wherever it settles, that name it gets, sthai bhava. So in shanta, the ruling emotion is shantarati, tranquility, feeling tremendous peace. In dasya, the ruling emotion is dashyarati. Dashyarati is also known as pritirati. You know, when one feels tremendous attraction to serve someone out of love, that is called priti. So dashyarati sometimes is synonymous with the pritirati, affection in servitude. Correct? Otherwise, who wants to serve in this world? In the conditions that everybody wants to be served, but only in this in the on this path of pure devotional service, one feels tremendous attraction to serve the object of our love. Anyway, so in the sakhya, in the friendship, the ruling emotion is sakhyarati, affection in friendship. In vatsalya, the ruling emotion is vatsalyarati, parental affection. And in madhurya, the ruling emotion is priyatarati, conjugal rati, affection in amorous love. So when these five types of mukhya rati, main rati, or sentiments, combine with the sentiments of the causes of bhakti, so vibhav, what are the causes of bhakti? Krishna, Krishna's devotees, and the things related to Krishna. Uddipan, or Uddipan, how you translate Uddipan in English? Uddipan means the catalysts. Like Krishna's flute is a catalyst, Krishna's everything connected to Krishna. Then Anubhava, the effects of bhakti. And effects of bhakti, they are categorized in, Sattvic Bhava, then Udvasvar. So difference between Udvasvar also effect of bhakti. In Sattvic Bhava, what happens? Spontaneous, without effort, without the involvement or conscious involvement of intelligence, things happen, tremendous emotion when we hear Krishna's pastime or Krishna's song or Krishna's flute, the emotions, the tears come out of our heart, from our eyes. Is intelligence involved? Do we think intelligently whether we should pour the tears out of our heart, out of our eyes or not? They happen without involvement of the intelligence. So whatever effect is manifest in our body or in our heart, without the usage or without the involvement of intelligence, means spontaneously, they are called sattvic bhava. Then other anubhavas, when intelligence is involved, like one feels very excited, now he feels so excited that he gets up and starts dancing. So now the getting up and start dancing, it is not happening spontaneously. Of course, apparently it appears spontaneously. Nobody is telling us to get up and dance, but our intelligence is involved, correct? Unless I agree, unless I want to, unless I feel excited to dance, so my intelligence is involved. So that kind of anubhava effect is called udvasvar. Then the further extension, which enhances the internal emotion of the heart. It's like the emotion is like a ocean, and the waves which come in the ocean, what happens? they enhance the effect of ocean, correct? What ocean is like, the waves give some idea of what ocean is like, correct? As the waves come high, they are moving only in the direction of the ocean. They are not in opposition or negation of the ocean. The waves are moving in the direction of the ocean. They are part of the ocean. They grow out of the ocean and also again merges into the ocean. So they are called the Vyabhichari Bhava. We Abhichari. We means Vishes, especially moving towards or enhances the emotion. They are called Vyabhichari Bhava. So basically, the cause of bhakti, the effect of bhakti, when they all combine, they become bhakti rasa. We've tried to explain, and because at least this much basic understanding will be useful as we study the bhakti granthas, and so some basic understanding can be useful. And now, development of this bhava or priti, which is called rati. So this rati is the initial stage of stage of prema, which we are present. How this rati in the sadhaka stage grows up to the level of prema, the definition of which we described that tremendous obsessive sense of possession. Krishna is mine, and the completely melting of the heart. Heart becomes so soft that it only cries out incessantly for Krishna, hankers for Krishna incessantly. At the stage of bhava, what happens? The fervor is experienced. But what is the difference between bhava stage and the prema stage? In bhava stage, one feels tremendous transformation, of course, melting of the heart for the good. But because it has not become condensed, the sentiment has not become condensed, so what happens? The bhav, there is a possibility of distraction. And that we find in Srimad Bhagavatam, the story of Bharat Maharaj. He sacrificed everything. He was a king. The whole kingdom was at his disposal for his. He sacrificed everything. It is described that he sacrificed everything like a stool. When one sacrifices, when one leaves, when one passes the stool, does anybody have any affinity or any attraction, any desire? Oh, I gave up the stool. Maybe I can use it back. No. So his sense of tyag was so amazing. He left everything behind like stool and came to the jungle to absorb himself completely in Krishna. And he reached that stage, but in jungle there are some restriction happen, no? Because the bhava, when it becomes condensed, as we studied in the definition, it comes to the stage of prema. In prema, at the stage of prema, one becomes like totally armored, protection, because the sentiment remains incessant. The fervor remains incessant. There is no distraction. So at the stage of bhava, although it's very elevated stage, unless one is protected through incessant good association, then the distraction can come even in the form of mode of goodness. Mode of goodness is very much glorified in the material world also. To be generous towards somebody, to be to have to have any kind of good, do good to others. That's in more of goodness, to do good to others, to think good for others, to be a protective, to wish someone well. But so see what happens in the stage of bhava also. So that Bharat Maharaj, he was in the jungle doing meditation at very high stage. Suddenly, a lion roared, big roaring of so lion was running after its prey, a deer who was pregnant. So hearing the roaring of the lion, the deer, she deer, she jumped across the river, a small rivulet, and the roar opened the eyes of the meditation of Bharat Maharaj, who was living in the jungle as an ascetic, as a sadhaka. So he saw, oh my God, what I'm saying. So when he saw that the mother deer crossed the rivulet, but across the river, she died. But this child, the baby deer, aborted, in the water. So daya, mercy, compassion. So this uh, the symptom or the quality of compassion is very appreciated, in a good society. And we have to be compassionate. We should have feeling of compassion for the misery of others. Definitely, it's a very good quality. It's in a mode of goodness. So out of compassion, good quality, and because he was such a generous, such a pious, such a religious king, so he was compassionate towards all his citizens. So this nature of being compassionate was very much ingrained in him. So he saw mother has died, and this baby, he may drown also in the water, so he will die. So let me save his life. So he pulled the child, dear child, out of the rivulet, and brought to his ashram, his cottage, and naturally did the needful and everything. And so now he's thinking, oh, his mother has died. He has no mother. Who will take care of him? If I leave him in the jungle here and there, other animals will kill and he will die. So he has no protector. Arey, come on. Bharat Maharaj, who was protecting, he was taking care of millions, the whole earth, in a sense. He left everybody behind. Who else is doing that? Somebody else is taking their care of them. But he got struck with that sense of compassion, and compassion converted into mamata. See here, we in definition, why we use the word mamata. Tremendous, deep sense of possessiveness for Krishna, towards Krishna, not towards anyone else, not towards any other sadhaka or anybody. The deep sense of possessiveness, mamata, has to be only for Krishna or those who are fully associated with Krishna. Isn't so? So Mamata, he thought, I have to become the caretaker of the child. What he should have done, he should have just, okay, this baby, leave somewhere under some tree or anything. But he thought, no, I cannot. It is my responsibility. Huh? I have seen this happening right in front of my eyes. Now I cannot ignore the responsibility of taking care of it here. Oh my God. So he got stuck. Now his sentiments, the bhava, which were developing for Krishna, now they became diluted, distracted towards some living entity. Can you believe this? And that caused his fall down in the sense that he became deprived to become fully concentrated in Krishna. At the time of his death, he was thinking of, because when the deer went out, sometime he was worried, oh, he may be killed. Where is he? Like a baby, on baby. And how much possessive a parent becomes to the child, correct? Same kind of possessiveness, mamta, Bharat Maharaj developed towards the dear child or baby, and it caused his fall down or distraction. He had to take 3 births before he could, but that's a very risky thing, and 3 births, how long they will take and how far we have to remain deprived. So this distraction from this path is a possibility even at the stage of bhava. That's why Rupa Goswami describes this path of devotion on 3 stages. We cannot afford to settle and feel that sense of accomplishment or fulfillment, even at the stage of bhava. And naturally, at the stage of prema, one will never feel fulfilled, one will never feel satisfied anyway. So that is the beauty that we move towards the stage of a prema. So this rati, rati is the initial stage of a priti. It's known as rati, the bhava which we should not be confused with the 3 different words. Priti literally means this loving sentiment. So priti that extends only to the level of rati. Priti means love for Krishna, attraction for Krishna, which extends only to the level of rati. Rati means bhava, is shanta rasa. Just now, priti that increases to the level of further increases, then it comes to, so first increase of rati or bhava is becomes intensified, condensed and concentrated, it becomes prema. So rati or the priti, from rati to prema, that is the first expansion. So bhava becomes intense and concentrated, it becomes called prema. What is when priti is augmented due to the appearance of a strong sense of possessiveness in relationship with Krishna is called prema. So this is a basic. So for a sadhaka, why we are taking this? Because for a sadhaka, our progressiveness reaches only the stage of prema. Beyond prema, now the further transformation of prema, that will happen only in our siddha deha, in our perfected form when we attain in this lifetime, when we can only reach the stage of prema, intensified, concentrated bhava, rati is called prema. And on the appearance of prema means intensified bhava or concentrated, condensed bhava. Priti or the love is so deep that even though multiple causes may appear to bring about a break in affection, they are completely unable to dampen either the enthusiasm or the fundamental character of that love. Correct? So see, the categorically we can understand that rati or the love, it grows, or the Priti means the love which grows only to the stage of bhava, sentiment, shanta rasa. In shanta rasa, there is no involvement other than appreciation only. Yes, shanta. So like yogis, sometimes devotional, even in the mood of, but there is no action on their part. So their sentiment only reaches only to the level of initial bhava, shanta rasa. Now, when it becomes intense, it reaches the stage of priti. Now, this prema, stage of prema, priti that extends to the level of prema is indicative of dasya rasa. The character of prema in dasya rasa is illustrated in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Through example, we will have very, very good understanding of this. See, there is a instance in Srimad in Mahabharata. Who is Subhadra? Subhadra is sister of Krishna. Absolute faith in Krishna. That if Krishna wills, if Krishna wants, her son would not be killed in battlefield. Can you imagine? Krishna is the sister, the brother of Subhadra, and her son is Abhimanyu. How much confidence Subhadra has? She knows the power, prowess of Krishna. Krishna wants Abhimanyu, nobody can kill Abhimanyu. And still Abhimanyu gets killed, correct? No one can oppose Krishna's will, correct? We are trying to understand the nature of prema. Such kind of confidence, such kind of possessiveness towards Krishna. Everything is happening according to your desire, O Krishna. Yet it was from your hands that Abhimanyu was forcibly snatched away and killed by trifling enemies like Karna and Jayadratha, correct? This is how they entangled Abhimanyu and he couldn't come out and got killed. Nonetheless, what was the effect on Subhadra? Can you imagine? What would be the situation of Subhadra? She can go mad. Krishna, you are my brother. And how you let this happen? You are all capable. He could expect this from Krishna, correct? How could my son die with you on the scene? But nonetheless, Subhadra's endearing love for Krishna was not tarnished, even in the least. So this is what Narad Muni observed. So Subhadra was the younger sister of Krishna, and therefore she had the attitude of being cared for by Krishna. So if Krishna will take care of me, would Krishna also not supposed to take care of my child, my baby? You know. So that was that much confidence, that much pride actually Subhadra had in her brother Krishna. Gaurav Priti, like kind of, it's a division of kind of Dasya Rasa. You have so much confidence in your master, in your, that I have nothing to worry. Everything will be taken care of. But this most unexpected thing happened in the presence of Krishna. In the presence of Krishna means Doesn't matter Krishna has to be there, but if Krishna wills, nobody can kill you. But she knew that without Krishna's sanction, her son Abhimanyu could never have been killed. Yet her love, her prema for Krishna was not affected. This is the symptom of prema. Now from prema, the prem further vikrit or expands into different stages, which are called pranay, man, sneha, rag, anurag, bhav, in mahabhav. In some other it starts that the first in the absolute realm, free from the three modes of material nature, the prema, this fundamental, the prema, it expands or further evolves in sneha, then further evolves to mana, into pranay, into raga, anuraga, bhav and mahabhav. So these are the stages. But sadhakas, we can maximum rise in our development of our sentiments to the stage of prema, where our sense of possessiveness towards Krishna becomes so concentrated that nothing can distract us from our attachment, deep attachment for Krishna. So the pranaya means how we describe pranaya. When prema is imbued with an exceptional feeling of intimacy, known as Vishrambhena Guru Seva, with full confidence, without sankoch, that whatever I'm doing, whatever I will do, I will only draw joy to my beloved. So in friendship, Krishna's friends, cowherd boys, their association with Krishna is Vishrambhe, without any sankoch, with full confidence. So by definition, when prema is imbued with an exceptional feeling of intimacy known as Vishrambha, confidence, full confidence, Vishwas, without any sankoch, it is called pranaya. When pranaya is present, there is a complete absence of awe and reverence towards the beloved, even in the midst of circumstance, which would normally evoke such feeling. What a wonderful. So the example is given basically in Sakhya Rasa. This pranaya is the very life of Sakhya Rasa. So they are all different evolved stages of prema only. So we should not be confused when we hear this. Just as a bhav, intensified bhav or concentrated, condensed bhav is prema, then prema has different stages in the liberated platform. But in the material, as long as we have this material body, our evolution or our rati or bhava increases only up to the level of prema. Prem further develops only when we have attained the spiritual body. Like that. So this pranaya is the very life of Sakhya Rasa. Its basis is the sense of deep faith, devoid of reverence, known as Vishrambha. Lakshmi Sahata Shata Sambhrama. Sambhrama. Sambhrama means a lot of awe and reverence. But when the faith of the associates of Krishna, of the friends of Krishna, cowherd boys, they associate with Krishna without any awe and reverence, devoid of reverence. That is called Vishrambha. So Vishrambha is defined as the feeling of being identical with the beloved. Such a feeling causes one to consider one's mind, life, intelligence, body, and all possessions to be one with the mind. Mind, life, intelligence, body, and possessions of the beloved. Whatever is mine is also Krishna. Whatever is Krishna is also mine. The feeling of oneness being referred to means that out of great love, one feels equally at ease with the beloved as one does with oneself. And this feeling is mutually experienced. So different stages of prema we are studying. We are not studying anything other than prema. Then the prema further evolves to the coming to the stage of mana. So mana is described, when the devotee's self-conception of being extremely dear to the Lord causes pranay means this previously evolved love to assume a crooked appearance, thus attain a surprising and unusual state. It is known as mana. So mana is another evolved manifestation of prema only. When mana is present, even Sri Krishna himself becomes fearful out of love due to the pranay kopa. Pranay kopa means a loving, kopa means unwillingness, or pranay kopa means anger of his beloved. So the term pranay kopa means anger out of affection. When Krishna's beloved exhibits mana, he is compelled to appease her just to savor her loving sentiment of anger aroused by their lovers' quarrel. The word pranay atishay abhiman literally means the egoism of being very dear to Krishna. Like Radharani knows, she has that ego that I am most dear to Krishna. So Krishna doesn't treat her especially, then Radharani expresses that you are not acting properly. So Radharani expresses that subtle anger that is called mana. And due to that mana, Krishna is not able to find Radharani favorable to her, to him. The egoism of being very dear to Krishna. Such a feeling causes the heroine to think thus: my love for him is so great that it has no limit. He is under the control of my prema. Radharani thinks like this. It is due to this type of pride that pranaya or love externally exhibits a feature of crookedness that is referred to by the words of Kautilya, Abhas, crooked. Radharani is anything but crooked. But in relation to Krishna, her loving emotion grows to the level of mana. And the most simple, easily behaved, the best lady of Braja, Radharani, becomes crooked only in relation to Krishna. This crookedness in turn causes pranay. Pranay means love. So we can call all this nomenclature, all these names with the different stages of love, we can call them love only. We don't have to. But if somebody wants to be specific, how the evolved loving sentiment, they get the nomenclature of mana or pranay ityadi. But this crookedness in turn causes pranay or love to attain a most astonishing state, bhava vaichitri, which is then known as mana. So it's very amazing. Each stage or evolved state is explained through example. Although the lover and beloved are present together, although they are deeply attached to one another, and although their inner longing is to embrace, to behold each other, to touch each other, and to exchange affectionate words, the sentiment that prevents them from doing so is known as mana. This is the definition of mana given in Bhakti Rasamrita. Ujjwal Nilmani rather. Hmm? Dampatayor bhava ekatra satorapi anuraktayaho swabhishtalesh vikshadi nirodhi mana uchyate. Can you imagine how sweet, how wonderful the definition? I'm 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 tempted to read again. Although the lover and beloved are present together, think of the scenario of Radha Krishna. Although they are deeply attached to one another, that's why they have come together. And although their inner longing is to embrace, to behold each other, and to exchange affectionate words, the sentiment that prevents them, because something is Radha is holding back. Why he did not behave with me properly? Why he, Radha is some expectation. As per the promise, Krishna has not performed. Or Krishna is supposed to have behaved in this way or that way, or said this way, looked this way. Whatever, this sentiment that prevents them from doing so is known as mana. If affection is lacking, if the lover and the beloved are not present together, or if there is no desire to embrace, then there is nothing astonishing. But in mana, all three conditions are present, yet the exchange that is desired by both of them does not occur. This is the bhav vaichitri. This is the variegatedness of one sentiment referred to as mana. Although rejection is exhibited externally only, there is no diminution of attachment within due to the presence of a pranaya. This is pure nectar flowing. I think I can stop here. This seventh sloka will definitely take one more sitting. So much depth, we cannot imagine how deep they go. Only by our conditioning we try to bring them within the time. But still, we should value the time factor in this world. So, in next sitting, we will study the other developments of love and further explanations as given by our previous acharyas and Guru Vargas. So, I think I should stop here and invite some participation, interaction. Anyway, we are discussing the stage of prema, na? So it can continue because there is nothing beyond prema. Beyond prema is also prema. It's just getting different nomenclature. That's all. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare. Thank you everyone for your kind, patient listening. Hare Krishna.
Pranam Shri Guru. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So wonderful, amazing. And every satsang of yours, actually, it is like a treasure. But today, so many beautiful, wonderful points you explained, Shri Guru. And Shraddha, Sadhu Sang, Anartha Nivritti. We all stop there only and we are wandering there only. And today is so beautifully explained Sneha Man Pranay. It was amazing to listen. And Sri Guru, the compassionate word which you used, deep compassionate. We are so lucky that we are having amazing Sri Guru where we can experience Mamta or deep compassionate with you, Sri Guru. Thank you so much for everything. Hare Krishna. Anand.
Say Swamini Mati Vastu. Yeah, because these are the different facets as we become more and more conversant with the development of bhava. In our life we will experience once we hit or reach, once we become blessed with that with the mercy to experience that bhava, which is first sprout is attachment, deep attachment for Krishna, or those who are Krishnas, and we very possibly can reach the stage of prema in this lifetime. And when those who experience genuine attachment towards Krishna and you know, those things which are related to Krishna, they stand full chance to reach the stage of. Then once we are on the one will be once we experience this concentrated or condensed bhava, sentiment or rati, then we can appreciate that once we are transferred to the absolute realm, how this prema grows into different aspects. So, preparing here so that once we are transferred there, we are ready for it. Okay? Otherwise, something which is not possible to experience on here, at least we can develop the appreciation for that stages. Hare Krishna.
Correct.
Hmm? So, everybody happy and satisfied? Anything
Happy.
to aid or comment?
Shri
Or,
Guru, always happy, never satisfied.
so happily unsatisfied, you mean, correct?
Always happy, never satisfied.
This one say happily unsatisfied
Yes.
or satisfiedly unhappy.
Happily unsatisfied.
Yeah. Then there is hope to move forward. Very nice. So see this only to increase and cause our further absorption. How fascinating this path, and how we can self-check ourselves. If we are developing some sense of satisfaction and feeling happy, that means uh, some something has to be worked upon. That's the thing. So, Jagrit Avastha, we have to become awakened towards our own highest self-interest. Then everything is only to pull us, push us higher and higher and higher. I myself can be the only instrument, although I am also as part and parcel of Krishna. I am the only person who can pull me down, pull myself down. Correct? So, who is dangerous other than myself? कभी सोचा है ऐसा किसी ने? I myself am the danger, can become danger for myself. No one else is a danger, because everyone being an instrument of Krishna, what an instrument of Krishna can do to me? Only to help me. Just as Krishna wants to help me, Krishna, every instrument of Krishna only is helping me. Except myself, who is also an instrument of Krishna, but Krishna has given me alone my free will, not to be utilized to help myself. So Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam Upanishads they very much give this direction. Atma hi, Atmano Bandhur. Atma means my mind, body, whichever this identification. Only myself. Atma hi, Atmano Bandhur, Atma iva Ripur Atmana. I myself am the friend of my soul, and I myself could be the enemy of my soul. Only myself, no one else. So who we have to look to blame? Anyone other than myself. So now the whole world is saved from our blaming them. If we can just take care of seeing that we may be the only person to blame. We have to check ourselves only. Can anybody cheat me? Apparently, no matter what kind of behavior a person may have behaved, in the world, in a worldly exchange, we may have exchange with so many people, so many, even in among sadhak, even among God brothers and outsiders, insiders. A soul who is awakened, he knows that every experience one gets, Krishna is only causing his further awakening. Why are you stuck here? Why are you stuck here? Every apparent negative experience we have in this world is only to asking us to get out of here. Free yourself from here. Because we are stuck here with some expectation of some accomplishment, some honor, some position, prestige. We want to establish that we are right, others are wrong, all these things, correct? And in that nature, we forget the higher interest unattended, higher interest of us unattended. We became oblivious to it. So Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita say, no, first take care of yourself. Take care of you so that you don't become your own enemy. Everybody else is only helping you. Correct? Everybody else is only helping you, doing you a favor. Somebody who cheated you or put you down, insulted you, they are teaching us a tremendous lesson. What we are identifying in this world. So every instrument of Krishna is only helping us to come out of the clutches of this material entanglement and giving us the opportunity to, or causing us to become attached to the only object of our attachment, or the sentiment or rati of the heart, which is Sri Radha Krishna. So no matter, even if we are looted completely, even if we are thrown out, whatever, if we can sustain this appreciation of Krishna consciousness, what we are up to, compared to what we should be up to, we will be checked, we will be tested. And without test, we don't become mature. Without test, we don't become pakka. So be ready for the test. Okay? And test should not dislodge us, should not shake us that we get lost again. We have been found or not. So this is true togetherness, that we stick together with the association of the awakened souls. Then we are never lost again. Lost and found. This is a realm of lost and found since eternity. Many times we got lost, we got found, again we got lost. We have to remain found whole life. Then we will have no opportunity or no distraction, no possibility of getting lost again. Because if we remain found, if we remain awakened, we'll be transferred to the realm where nobody gets lost. Hare Krishna. All right then.
How can we ever get lost, Shri Guru, when you are with us, when you are guiding the way?
Amanda. She can unmute herself.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev.
Welcome.
Thank you so, so much. It's really hard to put into words how it feels. Yeah, just listening to you. Basically, I just feel speechless and really moved, really deeply moved, because there's a quality that I experience when you're speaking that just feels like I said this before as well. It feels like you see my heart and you speak right to my heart. Like you hear my thoughts and feel my feelings. It's very magical, very mystical, and a bit bamboozling. And it melts my heart, really. I feel very emotional about it. And I did have a question that was rising as well, that is there a harm in listening to things that are way above my level? Like everything that you've been explaining in about this last shloka, I feel like I can really, really relate to on a really deep, deep level. However, it's all on a mundane level. It's all on a material platform. So, these feelings of separation and, the anguish of feeling love and attachment, I experience feelings of love that hurts, but it's all on a mundane level. So, yeah, I know that I need to transfer myself to a different platform. And everything that you speak about just feels like it's just so far beyond me.
Very well. The only thing we have to, because we are plagued by the misidentification. That's why in addressing the evolution of Krishna consciousness, we are never removed from the foundation. And foundation is the appreciation of our true identity or eternal identity rather. It is the misidentification of oneself that has so much captured us. And we developed, we had lots of dreams to remain in that the clutch of misidentification. It's very, very difficult. But the end result of it is it's very miserable thing. And a person, if given the option, one wants to go back to one's dreams, correct? And let them, the dream, take a different direction. But no matter what kind of dream of this world, it will have negative trajectory only. So this education is very, very essential. We should not try to replace one material, dreamy or fleshy expectation to another. No, 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 no. We have to cure. The cure needs to be taken from the root. The disease of misidentification has to get out, has to be pushed out. I am Radharani's. This identification has to enter our DNA. First in our bloodstream, then in our thoughts and everything. Because that alone will just push ourselves in unfailing. There would be no possibility of failing, no possibility of disappointment, because something which is eternal, you will never lose it. In the worldly misidentification, no matter how rosy, how wonderful experience, expectation, whatever, they have a beginning and an end. Although on the platform of knowledge, we appreciate, we understand all these things, but our residual attraction, residual temptation, because we are so used to that kind of exchange or expectation on the mundane platform, and it can shake us up. How can we not identify oneself, what the whole atmosphere since eternity, society and everything around us has been telling us? Yes, you are a woman, or you are a man. So as a woman, in identification as a woman, that you know, but as a woman, you are a maid servant, Srimati Radharani. Radharani is the only heroine. If you like a beautiful person like you appears like a heroine. Now, if somebody tells heroine, you are not a heroine. You are a maid servant of Srimati Radharani, the supreme heroine. Now, this transition, one has to somehow so much appreciate, which is a greater fortune, to be a heroine, which one is not actually, but to appreciate the supreme heroinism of Srimati Radharani and become her confidential. The whole world is pushing us, tempting us, promoting. You are a heroine. You are a heroine. You are a heroine. And you can get any hero, and you play as a role as a heroine, and somebody becomes the hero. And this role playing has got us stuck here since eternity. In any other species, either we will be born as a heroine or as a hero, and we again get stuck there, and we'll never find the full fulfillment, and we will remain attached, remaining unfulfilled, because the nature of our unfulfillment is on the mundane platform. Again and again, we come with the obsessed desire to find our fulfillment in this not everlasting exchanges. So it's this subject matter is very, very could be very, very, most sadhakas also, they will find it very difficult to relate with. That's what I can see. But then you challenge your intelligence. We all have to challenge our intelligence. When I came across this this 11:26:26, it was very fascinating. You know, Krishna is establishing the definition of who is intelligent. Intelligent one is one who has made the best choice out of the options, correct? And how we guarantee that we have the best, we have picked the best option out of best choice out of the available options we have. We simply have to connect to the person who is perceived as one who has made the best choice, and let him or her make the choice for us. Let that person direct our option making or choice making. This that's the safest and the easiest way. So that faith, when the faith is established in someone to that level, that, someone can make better choice for me than myself, then one frees one from, you know. Can you imagine what I'm trying to say? You know, everybody is very proud of one being very intelligent. Hey, I want this. This is my choice, and you defer your choice over someone else's choice. There has to be something very, very amazing, tremendous. You know. So that's how we grow. That's how we truly become intelligent, because our intelligence will, in a conditioned state, will pull us down. Intelligently we make mistake. That's a paradox, correct? How can intelligent person like me make a mistake? In a conditioned state, inevitably we will make mistake only. So how to become then truly intelligent? Only by identifying a person who is perceived as really intelligent, means always making the right choice. So if we can defer our option or to his or her, then we also become intelligent. We don't have to make extra effort to become intelligent and establish, oh, this last time I made this mistake, I thought this is the most intelligent choice I made, and then I face the consequence. Oh, this was not many people curse themselves, beat themselves. How stupid I am. But if anybody else tells them stupid, they don't like it. But then it is too late. By the time one calls oneself stupid. So how to safeguard from the possibility of again feeling stupid is only to identify the person who is not stupid, and then we can pick his choice for us, and we can become free from his identification forever, ever, ever. And only through this freedom of misidentification we can take the pride to call ourselves, or feel ourselves to be a maid servant, a choicest maid servant of Srimati Radhika Rani, the supreme heroine. All right?
Yes, thank you. I can really relate to what you're saying, because I've experienced for what feels like many years a desire to be like a child and like a baby, with a parenting that guides me in the right direction, to start from the beginning.
Yes.
And to be that vulnerable and to be that open as a child is, as a baby is, to receiving the nurturing and the nourishment.
Yeah. So, because we are not so much used to making or accepting others making choice for us. We become very much become stuck with our own choice and liking. But as long as we are, what is a conditioned state? Conditioned state means independent state, feeling independent. We are not, we are dependent on it. So the thinking that one is independent, that is the stage of bondage. And in that feeling, one will inevitably make the wrong choice. Anyway, in misidentification, one is inevitably going to make the wrong choice only, correct? So first we have to clear, we have to pull ourselves out. We have to push ourselves, we have to ready to be pushed out of misidentification. And then we can fly higher and higher and higher, Then we feel like we have taken a take off from this material pull. So the spiritual attachment is the point where our journey from the runway takes a take off. Yeah? Take off, reaching all the way to the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika Rani. So take off is the critical stage, correct? Otherwise, one may be on the runway all the way. And distance is a long journey to cover, correct? So we better come to the point of takeoff sooner the better. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandava pranams, Gurudev. Thank you.
Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All right then. Actually, even we had no idea today how far we will go. It just spontaneously, as much as it we can be used as an instrument to say something, but basically speaking to oneself only. And it amazes us actually. Although apparently we had some preparation, but basically how it just gets expressed, we feel like we are being utilized. Sri Guru is using us, or some other agents are using us. So we don't mind to be used for this cause, to reach our absolute end. Hare Krishna. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari 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 Bol. So Caitanya Sadahari and Anand Vigraha and everybody. So what you are up to now?
Done,
No,
Sri Guru.
compared to what you should be up to. Let us match it. Let there be no division or separation into what you are up to compared to what you should be up to for the moment. Because as long as there is a separation between the two, we'll be stuck here.
Mhm. Hmm?
We will all unmute and we'll all chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times with love and respect for our dear Shri Guru.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We'll call out with our hearts. श्री स्वामी कृपा मूर्ति परम पूज्य हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति स्वरूप गोविंद महाराज की
जय जय जय।
स्वामी की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि हरि।
Hare Hare बोल।
निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि 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 हरि।
प्रणाम श्री गुरु।
हरे कृष्णा। श्री स्वामी।
प्रणाम श्री गुरु।
हरे कृष्ण।
प्रणाम श्री गुरु।
हरे कृष्णा। वेलकम श्री स्वामी।
प्रणाम।
प्रणाम श्री गुरु।
वेलकम। हरे कृष्णा।
Pranam Sri Guru.
श्री स्वामी मतिरस्तु। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि।
हरे कृष्णा प्रणाम श्री गुरु।
हरे कृष्ण। गौर प्रेमानंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम. We'll see you all in 1 hour, okay? So don't worry, we are not going anywhere. Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari.